and welcome to the Roy Rogers Riders Club.
Thrill again to the thundering hooves and cattle stampedes, barroom brawls, and shootouts of classic Western features and TV shows. Annie Oakley, Roy Rogers, Gene Autry, John Wayne, and all their cowboy pals and sidekicks roam the West once more. Heroes never die on ComedyMX Channels. They just ride off into the sunset.
On the western frontier, killing was usually sudden, uncomplicated, and violent. But sometimes more subtle methods were used, and murder wore a disguise. One such case would have remained unsolved but for the ingenuity and courage of one man. Rex Allen stars as the Frontier Doctor.
A year ago, Tom Warren was one of the nicest fellas in town. Then one day he'd gone on a spree over to Elkton. The next day he woke up to find himself married to one of the gals from the Golden Horseshoe. That marriage was the cause of Tom Warren's downfall. Everyone in Rising Springs knew Flo had married him for the money he was to inherit, and so did Tom's father. So before he died, old Mr. Warren changed his will, cutting Tom off without a penny and leaving everything to his older brother, Seth. After that, Tom kind of went to pieces. I'd always liked Tom Warren, but nothing I said or did seemed to do him any good.
You to shove me around.
Take it easy now, Tom.
Take it easy, nothing. He insulted me.
No, he didn't. Come on now, let me buy you a cup of coffee.
Let me go. Somebody's gonna insult me, I'll kill him.
Seth left orders not to serve him.
My brother don't know me. He ain't got no right giving orders.
He pays the bills, don't he? Gosh, Doc, I didn't mean to hit him that hard.
He's a sick boy, Sam. He'll be all right when he sobers up. Help me get him to my buggy and I'll take him home.
Sure, Doc.
Well, what happened?
Tom found out his brother canceled his credit at the bar.
Maybe that'd cause a ruckus.
He hasn't done anything wrong. I'll take him home.
All right.
Around, Diddy.
We didn't know it then, but Sheriff Roberts' remark about a ruckus was the understatement of the year. Out at the Warren place, the real trouble was about to begin.
Going to the bank?
You know I am. You know I sold those horses this morning.
Well, while you're in town, better fish Tom out of the gutter and bring him back here.
He's your husband, I'm sorry to say.
I'll stuff those words down your throat someday.
Remember, you're both living here on charity. You made Tom a drunk, you sober him up.
How much has he got?
About 1,000 in cash. You can keep it all, Hal, provided you get out of town afterwards.
Don't worry. When I kill a man, I don't wait around town to answer questions.
your brother, Seth. Snap out of it.
Seth! Seth. Seth! Seth, it's me, Tom.
Look, you've got to get to town and tell the sheriff. I'll take him on back to the ranch. You think you can make it?
I guess so, Doc.
When will he come to?
5 or 10 minutes. He's sleeping off the opiate I gave him to set that collarbone. He'll be in pain for several days.
Who's that with Tom?
Sheriff.
Sheriff. What does he want here?
Imagine he wants to ask some questions.
Why question us? Some outlaw tried to hold up Seth and got himself killed. That's all there is to it.
I don't know, Miss Warren. There's always a lot of questions in a case like this.
How is he, Doc?
He'll be all right. You identify the dead man?
Yeah. Saddle tramp by the name of Ziegler.
Hal Ziegler?
Oh? You know him?
Well, I ran into him once or twice over in Elkton.
That's mighty interesting. See, the way I figure it, somebody must have told him that Seth was carrying the money.
Are you saying I did, Sheriff?
You and your brother haven't been getting along. You did need the money, didn't you?
That don't prove a thing. Plenty of other people knew Seth would be going to the bank.
Sure. There was the man he sold the horses to and the wranglers who handled them.
That's right, Ed. Any one of them could have figured Seth was going to the bank this afternoon.
Just ask him.
You've asked enough.
Maybe so. Now, come on, Bill. You gotta make out Ziegler's death certificate.
I'll be around in the morning.
Thanks, Doc. Thanks for everything.
I gotta get supper.
I saw you and Hal Ziegler together yesterday.
That don't mean a thing.
Well, for my money, it means the holdup was your idea.
All right. So what if it was? By rights, it belongs to us as much as it does to Seth.
You must be crazy.
Look, Tom, he cheated you. He cheated you out of your inheritance. He treats you like a dog. He makes you sit up and beg for every cent. You want him out of the way as much as I do. Now, why don't you admit it? I did it for you, honey. I didn't want to tell you because
Get out.
I knew that you wouldn't go through with it.
You heard me. Get out.
Wait a minute.
Get out or I'll turn you over to the law.
You wouldn't dare.
Wouldn't I?
Be your word against mine. You've got more reasons for wanting Seth dead than I have.
It'd be worth the risk just to get rid of you.
Get away from that door.
Have you gone out of your mind? Put down that gun.
No! I ain't gonna let you wreck everything now.
By everything, I guess you mean killing Seth for his money. Give me the gun.
No! No! Tom! It was an accident. He grabbed my arm. I didn't mean to. It was an accident.
See you hang for this?
No, I didn't kill him. The gun just went off.
That's not the way I'm going to tell it.
Wait a minute. You say you're gonna tell that I killed Tom? Then I got nothing to lose by killing you, now have I? As a matter of fact, I got a lot to gain. I'll get all the money.
They'll hang you.
Oh, no, they won't. Because I'm gonna make it look like you and Tom killed each other.
is right here, Doc. That'll close the whole case.
Miss Warren, here, sit down.
They killed each other.
Well, what are you talking about?
Tom, Seth, they had a fight. They're both dead.
Come on, Bill. We better get out there right away.
You can ride with me, Miss Warren. On the way back to the ranch, Flo told her story. Shortly after we'd left, Seth had come into the living room and accused Tom of hiring Ziegler to kill him. Tom denied it, and a quarrel had developed. Flo had tried to intervene, but Tom had ordered her to keep out of it, shoved her into the bedroom and locked the door. When she heard shots, she had climbed out through the bedroom window and came back through the front door and found the two of them lying dead. We found the room as Flo had described it. Seth lay crumpled by the locked bedroom door, but on the other side, by the fireplace, was only an ugly blood stain. There was no sign of Tom. Sheriff Roberts issued a warrant for Tom's arrest, and for the next 2 days, posses combed the hills in search of the missing man. As near as I could tell, I was the only man in Rising Springs who didn't think Tom was guilty of murder.
Have they found him yet, Doc?
No, they haven't. I'd like to talk to you.
What about?
Well, aren't you going to ask me to sit down?
Oh, sure.
I see you keep the door bolted.
Naturally, I'm here alone now.
I suppose that's why you're so nervous and afraid.
I got no reason to be afraid.
Haven't you?
No. What was it you wanted?
What's the matter?
The window.
Tom! Tom! Wait a minute!
Don't come any closer, mister. I'm too tired to run anymore.
Have you lost your mind?
Stay where you are.
What's got into you?
Get your hands up, mister. I already killed one man, so I don't mind killing another.
You killed Seth?
I guess that's what his name was.
Yes, don't you know?
What difference does it make?
Seth was your brother.
My brother.
Don't you remember me?
I don't remember anything.
Amnesia.
What?
It's a loss of memory. Now, look, you better give me that gun.
No. I killed the man you said was my brother. You turned me over to the law.
But maybe you aren't a murderer. If you don't remember, you don't know that you killed him.
He'd be sticking my neck out.
Isn't that better than staying out here in the hills and being hunted down like an animal? Now, come on and give yourself up. I know I can help you.
I don't know. What did you say your name was?
Dr. Bill Baxter. I've known you since you were a kid.
Doc, huh? Look, Doc, do something for my head. Got a splitting headache. It's killing me.
On the road at the stage depot. He's trying to buy a ticket.
Look, I knew it'd just be a matter of time before you found Tom, and, well, I thought I'd go over to Elkton and see if I couldn't get a lawyer to help Tom. Tom? sheriff tells me he's got amnesia. I don't know nothing about amnesia. But if you're trying to tell me that he's crazy...
There's nothing wrong with Tom except loss of memory.
What causes this amnesia, or whatever you call it?
Usually a severe emotional shock. Sometimes a blow on the head. In this case, it could be either.
You mean to sit there and tell me you don't even recognize your own wife?
As far as I know, I've never seen her before.
I don't believe him. I think he's faking.
What would he have to gain by faking? Well, this way he couldn't even prove he shot in self-defense.
How much time... Well, how long will it be before he gets his memory back?
It's hard to say. In some cases, amnesia lasts only a few days, and I have seen it go on for several years.
Yeah, well, he better snap out of it and snap out of it quick. That circuit court is sitting here next week. If he ain't cured by then, he won't have much of a chance.
I'll do what I can.
Do you mean you can cure him?
As far as I know, there's no accepted cure for amnesia, but there's a man in Vienna been making some very interesting experiments with hypnosis.
Hypnosis?
Under hypnosis, your subconscious mind remembers what your conscious mind has rejected.
What kind of hocus pocus you trying to pull, Bill? You don't know anything about hypnotism.
I'll admit I've never hypnotized anyone, but I've read a lot of books on it, and I've seen it done. I'd like to try it.
You serious? Oh, I don't know, Bill. That sounds mighty wild to me. Well, if you think it might work.
No. I won't let him.
Why not?
You heard what he said. He don't know nothing about hypnosis. I'm not going to let him experiment on my Tom.
What do you say?
It's all right by me, Doc.
All right. But if you're going to go through with this, I'm going to be there.
I was hoping you would be. I'll need time to call the Midwest Mental Clinic in Chicago for specific instruction and procedure. Suppose we all meet over at my place at 4 o'clock. Will that be convenient, Mrs. Warren?
I'll be there. Goodbye, dear. I'll see you at 4.
Well, here she is, Doc.
Let her in, Ed.
All right. Howdy.
I was beginning to think you weren't going to show up.
I said I'd be here.
We were just starting. Have a seat over there. I was just saying I have no idea whether or not this will work or what it'll prove, but I've given Tom a mild sedative to relax him.
You've drugged him.
No, I'm not drugged. Give the doc a chance.
And that means being as quiet as you can. Would you take off the handcuffs?
Is that absolutely necessary?
It's necessary that he be as relaxed and quiet as he possibly can.
All right, but I never heard of such a bunch of nonsense.
We have to keep the room as dark as we possibly can. Because almost any little thing will distract the subject. You remember what I told you, Tom?
Yes, sir. To relax, let my mind go blank, and think only the things you tell me to.
You ready?
Yes, sir.
Now I want you to concentrate on my watch. Think of nothing but the lights that glisten and sparkle from it. You're all alone, Tom. Think of nothing but the lights. Your eyelids are getting heavy. They're so heavy you can hardly hold them open. You're going to sleep, Tom. Deep, wonderful sleep. Open your eyes, Tom. I believe he's under a hypnotic trance.
Well, I don't believe it.
I can hardly believe it myself.
Well, what are you going to do now?
We'll question him. A man under a hypnotic trance won't knowingly tell a lie. His answers may not be admitted as evidence in the courtroom, but they'll be the truth nevertheless.
Well, go on. Go ahead.
What is your full name?
Thomas Maxfield Warren.
Why, he didn't even know that in his conscious state. I think he's remembering.
You go on and ask him about his brother, Seth.
Do you remember your brother?
Yes.
What happened the last time you saw him?
He was in bed. He'd been hurt in a holdup.
I mean, after that, Tom, what happened?
I don't want to talk about it.
Why?
Flo, she had a gun and...
Come on, Bill. You better catch her. You'll never prove Tom's innocent.
Wake up.
Doc, Sheriff, what am I doing here?
Sit down now. Everything's going to be all right.
Flo, we had a fight about Seth. She pulled a gun to keep me from leaving it.
Flo's dead, Tom. Before she died, she confessed killing Seth.
Flo dead? Seth? What are you talking about?
Don't you remember that little fake hypnosis act we pulled?
In other words, you were faking.
Well, I'll admit I did give Tom some of the answers before we started, but you see, I never believed that he murdered his brother. And that left Flo, and she had a reason to kill.
Oh. And with Tom and Seth out of the way, Flo would inherit all the Warren money.
That's right. I suspected that Flo had murdered Seth and tried to kill Tom.
Oh, now I'm beginning to understand all this hocus-pocus business.
Will someone please explain to me what's going on?
Well, Tom, I gambled that sometime during the act I'd shock you into doing or saying something that would panic Flo into confessing.
It sure works all right. Poor old Tom over there, he didn't even know what was going on. Now, wait a minute. If all this was a fake act, how do you explain his snapping out of it and getting his memory back?
Well, amnesia's a funny thing. Sometimes another blow on the head will do it, and sometimes only time will take care of it. Then again, maybe I did hypnotize him. You do remember, don't you?
I'm afraid I do.
Come on, boy, we'll take you home. With his unhappy marriage at an end, Tom Warren gave up drinking and turned into a useful citizen. Genuine hypnosis will no doubt play an important role in medicine in the future. I don't know whether I really hypnotized Tom or not, but all I know is I won't try hypnosis again without knowing a little more about it.
an attractive girl from the East inherits an oil field and is shrewd enough to make it pay off, that was news in the early West. But it was also news when a young doctor from Rising Springs became involved in the inheritance. Rex Allen stars as the Frontier Doctor.
Doctor, what are you doing up so early?
Morning, Miss Cameron. I've got a sick boy upstairs. How's your cold?
All gone, thanks to your medicine.
Morning, Clint.
Morning, Doc. Hello, Donna.
How are you, Clint?
Fine, just fine. But I haven't had any luck yet finding you a drilling crew.
Oh, I meant to tell you. You don't need to bother now. I've located Mike Shea, who used to be Father's head driller, and he got some men for me.
Well, that's great. You're going to start soon?
Yes. There's a little work to be done on the old Valley No. 1 rig, but we should be able to start drilling tomorrow. I'm taking some groceries out now to the crew. Mike is waiting for me outside. I'm a little late.
Go ahead. I'll see you later.
Good morning, Mike. Shooting at us.
An urgent call from the hotel clerk that Miss Cameron had an accident. Yeah, you're a lucky girl. You're not hurt. Suffering more from shock than anything else.
Oh, I can believe that. It was a horrible experience.
Have any idea why those men were after you?
Doctor, I'm gambling for millions. I haven't any idea who tried to kill me. But where there's money involved, even your best friend can become a Judas. I'm here trying to continue the oil drilling operation my father started on his ranch before he died.
I admire your courage, but it's a rough game. Watch your step.
I know. Everyone warns me it's no business for a woman. But, well, it's not only the money that's involved. Dad always said there was a big oil pool under that field, and I'm going to prove that he was right. And the last thing I'll do is sell out.
Obviously, someone else thinks there's oil there, too. Well, good luck to you. If I can ever do anything for you, either professionally or privately, don't hesitate to call on me.
Thank you, Doctor. I'm likely to need plenty of help, and I'll certainly remember you.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Hi, Doc.
Hello, Clint.
How's Miss Cameron?
Oh, she'll be all right. She's suffering more from shock than anything else.
Well, that's good.
How well do you know her, Clint?
Well, I knew her when she was a kid. Knew her father for years. He wasn't much good, a drunken long-shot wildcatter. She came out from the East about a month ago, and since we're both interested in the oil business, we've got pretty well acquainted. Why do you ask, Doc?
Oh, I don't know. I just thought maybe somebody ought to persuade her to sell out before she gets in any more trouble.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's an idea, all right. It'd certainly be a lot safer for her, and I'm sure I can find her a buyer. Do you mind if I go see her?
No, go ahead.
Thanks.
Come in. Why, Clint, how nice of you to drop in. But why don't you warn a lady?
If I'd ever thought that long, spindly-legged tomboy would ever grow up in...
I might have had long legs, but they were never spindly. Or were they?
They were. But they aren't now.
Oh, Clint, you're so plain, unvarnished honest. That's what I like about you.
Well, I'm glad you like something about me, because I don't think you will after what I have to say.
You want me to quit?
Yes.
Clint, can I tell you why I've got to go ahead?
If it'll help any.
When Dad died, all he left me were a few worthless stocks, cats and dogs in this ranch. The last thing he said to me was, hang on to Section 9, Donna. There's 1,000,000 barrels under it.
Now, this may sound like a cruel thing to say, Donna, but you know your father's pride.
But don't you see, Clint, why I've got to go ahead? That I owe it to Dad. That I'd never forgive myself if I didn't.
No, I don't.
What do you suggest?
Well, the only smart thing to do is sell.
Can I?
I think I can dig up a buyer. And one thing you must know, Donna. If I can't, I'll die trying.
I know, Clint. Somehow I think I've always known.
Of course, it's an unproven site. But the structure's always been promising, and with the rig already set up, I think I can get you $25,000.
What would the field be worth after I hit oil?
First, you have to hit it. But if you should ever change your mind, my offer's still open.
Thanks, Clint. I know you think I'm a stubborn little fool, but it's because of Dad. You understand, don't you?
Yeah, I guess so. Bye, Donna.
We came just about as close to killing her as we could the last time. If that didn't scare her out, what will?
All right, then. If we can't scare her out, we'll run her crew off the job and wreck the rig. And we won't be fussy about how we do it. The millions involved in this deal, so it's no holds barred. Line up 3 or 4 more men and we'll ride out there tomorrow.
Kind of changed your tune about hurting the dame, haven't you?
What do you mean? All I want is to stop that well until I can deal her out of it. It's always bad business to rough up a woman, you know that.
Sure.
All right, boys, cover up and go to it. But try not to hurt anybody.
Good evening, Doctor. Come in.
Thank you.
I want to apologize for calling you Doctor. This isn't a professional visit. But you did tell me you'd help me if I got into trouble, didn't you?
Of course. I heard about the trouble you had out the oil rig, and I'd be happy to do anything I can.
I suppose I should appreciate your advice, but I know you'd only tell me to sell out, and I'm not going to. At least not yet. All I want is some help protecting my men and property.
Well, did you talk to the sheriff?
My driller, Mike Shea, reported the attack, but all the men were masked, so the sheriff doesn't have very much to go on.
But you're going ahead anyway.
I certainly am. if I can talk the sheriff into furnishing me some protection for my men. And I thought that's where you might help me. Do you know the sheriff very well?
Oh, yes, I'm sure he'll cooperate any way he can.
Doctor, someone's been listening.
Hey! Hey, wait a minute.
What do you want?
Why are you listening at Miss Cameron's door?
It's no crime to stop in the hall and fix your boot, is it?
Maybe you ought to go to the sheriff and have a talk with him. You just might be one of the fellows he's looking for. Thanks, Donna, for bringing the sheriff. It's using your head. Who is he?
Name's Steve Herrick. Works part-time for Clint Forbes.
Clint? Why, you surely don't think he had anything to do with it?
I don't know, but Clint's in the oil business, and it might be to his advantage to force you to sell out.
Oh, no, that's ridiculous. Why, Clint was the one person who understood my father. He protected him when everybody else called him a drunken crackpot. Why, he's offered to help me any number of times. You can't arrest him just because that man used to work for him.
It's up to you, Sheriff.
I'll take this man over to the office and question him.
How'd you make out with the sheriff?
All right. This time I'm really in the clear.
Boss, I know Steve too well. He wouldn't be listening at that door on his own. Somebody paid him to do it.
Yeah, I know. But if we didn't hire him, you tell me who did. Get out of here. Donna.
Hello, Clint.
How are you? I just came from the sheriff's office. I hear you've been having more trouble.
Oh, it was nothing. In fact, the drilling's going very well now. We'll get the boiler repaired and tap into the oil pool any day now. But, well, I want to talk to you, Clint.
Sure. Let's sit down.
Clint, I'm afraid I'm beginning to lose my nerve.
Why? You're over the worst of it now.
I know, but I'm worried. There's been one man wounded, and who knows what's going to happen in the next few days.
So, what do you want to do?
Clint, this is a man's job. Living in fear of being murdered every day. I've decided to sell out.
Well, that's quite a surprise. But my offer still stands. $25,000. Might even be worth a little more now.
With all the trouble I've had, someone else must think it's worth a lot more. We caught a man last night listening at my door. The sheriff said he worked for you.
That's right, Donna, but he hasn't been on my payroll in 6 months.
If I could only find out who he is working for, I'm sure they'd pay me the price I'm asking.
How much do you want?
Well, it seems to me the field should be worth $100,000. Don't you think so?
Oh, no, I couldn't possibly raise it. That is, find anyone who could pay that much.
That's all right, Clint. I understand. But if Steve Herrick wasn't working for you, then he's probably working for the Joslin Oil Company. I'll contact them. I'll bet they'll pay the $100,000.
Give me until tomorrow. I'll see what I can do.
I'm sure you can do it. It would be all cash, wouldn't it?
Yes, of course.
Thanks.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Well, see if you can find Steve Herrick and who he's working for. Somebody else is trying to beat us out of that oil lease. If we can't find him, we're forced to raise $100,000 by tomorrow.
I'm sure he's left town, but I'll look around.
Morning, Fred.
Morning, Doc.
Hey, Mike.
Oh, hello, Doc.
What are you doing in town? Some more trouble at the well?
Nope. I just got fired when Clint Forbes bought out Miss Cameron. She paid me off and gave me a bonus, too.
So she sold out. Clint going ahead with the drilling?
Yeah, and I ought to blow in today, too.
Too bad you couldn't stay around for the payoff.
I'll be there. I'm riding out there right now. I sure don't want to miss that show.
Hello, Doc. Been waiting long?
No, not very. I got some news for you.
Yes?
Miss Cameron sold out to Clint.
Is that right? Maybe that explains part of it.
Explains what?
Clint may have bought Miss Cameron out, but he can't buy me off. There's a matter of attempted murder of Miss Cameron and those men that were injured on the oil derrick. This case isn't closed yet.
Yes, that adds up. But where's this leave Clint?
Puts him number one on my suspect list. He ended up with her property, so it's a good bet he had something to do with scaring her out. Anyway, I'm going to have a talk with him.
He's out at the oil rig now. They expect to bring it in this afternoon. I've never seen one of those things blow in. Is it all right if I go along with you?
All right, let's go.
Just sunk the last piece of pipe, boss. We're standing by ready to cap it.
All right. Tell them to go ahead and let it blow. What are you doing here?
Well, you know, Mr. Forbes, I put a lot of time in on that old rig. Just want to see what happened when you bring her in. All right?
Yeah, I guess so. Building up.
Here she comes.
It's a real payoff, Ed.
It sure is, boss. There's a lot of pressure in there.
You want to see what you really got?
Huh? Well, there's no oil in that.
That's right. Not a drop. Nothing but mud and water spewed up to that gas pocket you just tapped.
You know it's only a gas pocket.
You big greenhorn, why do you suppose old man Cameron stopped drilling that field for last year? You know you're going to be the laughing stock of town?
You mean he found out there was nothing but gas here?
That's right.
I don't believe it. Because Donna must have known it, too. Why did she start drilling again?
Oh, she wasn't drilling. She was just going through the motions till she found some easy mark to sell out to. Looks like she found one.
Hey, Mr. Forbes!
What's wrong, Mike? Sure glad to see you, Sheriff. you've got a job to do. Clint Forbes has gone after Miss Cameron.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Well, he found out that she sold him a no-good field. I had to open up my big mouth.
How long ago?
He hadn't got much of a head start on you. He took the back road.
Let's go. Deputy!
Who is it?
Letter for you, Miss Cameron.
Why, you no good little thief.
What are you talking about?
About $100,000. Where is it?
It's safe. You made the deal. Everything's legal.
Legal? You hired Steve Herrick, didn't you? You were the other party interested in that oil land, weren't you? Weren't you?
Sure, I hired him. It's a rough game, remember? You said so yourself.
Come on, you...
You're all through, Clint. Why don't you give up? Sheriff, arrest this man. He was the one that raided my wells and who tried to kill me.
Can you prove it?
I'll sign a warrant or anything else you want.
Don't let her get away with it, Sheriff. She's the one who hired Steve Herrick. She paid him to listen at her door.
He had every reason in the world to be listening at my door. I hired him as a bodyguard. There's no law against that, is there?
Bodyguard? Looks like you can take care of yourself.
That was in self-defense, Doctor. He struck me.
Well, come along, Clint. Doc, you better come along, too, and fix up his arm. And don't you leave town until I tell you, because I want to talk to you.
You knew that oil field wasn't any good all along. Miss Cameron in, Fred?
Yeah, the sheriff's just checking her out.
Good morning, Doctor. Those pills you gave me for insomnia didn't do me a bit of good. I never closed my eyes last night.
There's nothing wrong with the pills.
If you think it was my conscience, Doctor, that was bothering me, you're wrong. I didn't do anything illegal.
No, I suppose not. But you sure handed Clint a sharp deal.
Don't think too badly of me, Doc. Remember, P.T. Barnum said, there's a sucker born every minute.
Yes, I suppose that's one way to look at it.
And why not? Clint pulled several crooked deals on my father, and he tried his best to run me out. I only paid him back with his own medicine.
And made yourself a nice chunk of money on the side.
Here's enough money to pay for the medical expenses for the men that were injured in the oil fields. And what's left over is your medical fee for attending me.
I'm sure the men and their families will appreciate it, but you don't owe me anything.
Of course not. It's for the Rising Springs Charity Fund. There's my stage. You've been so anxious to get rid of me, Sheriff. We better be going or I'll miss it.
Oh, no, you won't. Come on.
I don't suppose I'll be seeing you gentlemen again.
I hope not. Get her out of here. Down, bitch! Get! Down! Down! Good riddance.
What happened to Clint and his gang?
They pleaded guilty and the judge sentenced them to 2 years for attempted murder of Donna and the men at the oil fields.
I'd like to see the day he catches up with him. I bet you by the time he serves his sentence, she parlays that 100,000 into $1 million.
Well, it could be, but I still say good riddance.
I was wrong about Donna making her first $1 million. I heard later that she ran into somebody just a little smarter, and the 100,000 she took from Clint changed hands again. This time, Donna was the one who was broke and in jail. There's an old adage that says, if you want peace and contentment, go out and earn it with an honest day's work.